Hey, good morning, guys. Happy Sunday. March 4th, beginning of March. Appreciate you guys joining. Gambino here. Another stream for FSEconomy and the VR Aviation group. We've got a bunch of stuff planned for today. It's 10:40 a.m. here on the East Coast of the United States. Hopefully some of the folks from the UK will be joining us as well in the group, and going through a group update, and have to reposition my PC12, and probably going to do a flight out in Montana too, 208 flight out in Montana. Talk about VR 6, which came out a couple days ago, and a new contest or giveaway I have going on YouTube. A bunch of other stuff. So anyway, let's get to it. All right, well, good morning, guys, and Prasha, the FLC, thanks for joining the chat. Choppa's in the house. Yeah. Well, anyway, thanks for joining, guys. I appreciate it. Like I said, we've got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. Some additions and changes to what we have going on in the group, and I guess let's get to that right off the bat here. So let's pull up my screen and talk about the VR Aviation group. We had a Beechcraft Baron 58 at BTM that was leased from another company that had came over with the RML merger, and it'd gone a couple of days without having the renewals done on the aircraft fees paid on it by the person leasing it to us, and that person actually decided to keep that plane. So Sapper 17, who's one of our on the executive team and was part of RML, he found a very nice Baron 58 with only 115 total hours on the engine for like $275,000 in Nevada, and he flew it back to BTM, kind guy that he is, and now we've got this plane that's going to be ours. He's leasing it to us right now, but we're going to do a transaction with him to own this plane and get it back to keep it at BTM at our disposal. So that'll be two Barons that we own. Baron is really a pretty nice plane in FSEconomy. 5 people, flies pretty fast. You do a lot of like very close regional stuff with it. So thanks to Sapper for picking up that deal and filling that gap, and we're going to get that taken care of and get him reimbursed the $275 for picking that up. So that was pretty damn cool. 1 second here, guys. You're flying while watching in VR. That's pretty cool, Crasher. That's pretty cool. I do a lot of that myself. For some reason my laptop isn't booting up. Oh, I know why. All right, so let me get, I gotta get something done here. Let me just take care of this. All right. So that's one thing on the plane front, on the airplane front. Let me get to this here. The other thing was M9 was nice enough to fly the Bravo, the M20 Bravo, back from somewhere in the Midwest. It was like a 600-mile flight, actually. We'll just take a look here. Yeah, see, he did this. I actually flew it a little bit, like about 400, 500 miles, and he M9 Air took this long flight and brought this Armuni back to BTM. This came as this is a free lease that's coming to us from Advanced Flight Modeling, which is nice of them. So now we'll have a Mooney in Montana, which will be, I think, really nice flying in those mountain areas and stuff. So thanks to M9 Air for carting that back. And now we're building up our aircraft in that area. So it is very nice to have the Baron there, and we have the Mooney there. So I think that's it as far as, well, we got rid of the 208 lease that we had from the South African company. So now we've only got the one 208, but that should be fine. It just cuts our expenses down a little bit, and we're slowly but surely building up our aircraft in different areas and stuff. So anyway, that's the update on the aircraft. Let's take a look at the numbers. We go to banking, you can see we've got about 1.2 million again. We paid out the prizes for the February contest. Let me talk about that a little bit. So the February contest was, pull those up here. Give me 1 second here. All right, so February contest. The winner was Erasmus, 2 times in a row, $174,000. Sapper was second with $104,000, and Flyboy F117 was in third place with $69,700. So those are our 3 winners. We're going to do the same contest for March. Top 3 gross assignment earners will get 10%, 6%, and 4% of the net assignment income, as we did last month. But this time, Erasmus has decided to pull himself from the competition because he has a lot of time to fly, and he wants to give other people a chance to win, which was very nice of him. So those announcements, I sent that announcement out earlier this week, so everyone should have that. And so that'll be a cool competition. If you take a look at the numbers from February, we did 1.5, almost 1.4 million dollars in assignment income. After costs and everything, it was 1.74, which was a nice round number. Aircraft operations, 102,000, so that's rental income, which is pretty cool. Sales, we were a minus because we did buy 2 planes. We bought a chopper, a Bell 402, I guess it is, and a Baron. So we did end up paying those off. Those are free and clear, no debt or anything. FBO operations did pretty nicely, $100,000, which is a positive flow, which is great. And all in all, overall, we pretty much covered all our costs for the month with our income, which is great. So, and that doesn't include paying out the prize money. The prize money was paid out in March. Okay, so then we've got that to cover. But so far in March, we've got almost over $500,000 in assignment income, 200,000 after costs, which is actually really good. I think it shows we're doing some profitable flights, and that's the key. You know, looking at those flights and helping them to be more profitable by improving. By taking better routes or using less gas, watching your gas consumption, that sort of thing. And also, in my case, what I like to do is when I fly my planes, I take the rent off them and just fly rent free, so the group doesn't have to pay for the rent. So, aircraft operations, we've got almost 24,000 in rental income. I should say net rental income after costs and everything. FBO operations, we're at almost 29,000, and we're moving along very nicely there. So looks like March will be a nice month. We've got the 1.2 million. We're going to buy that Baron from Sapper, so we'll have about $1 million, and we're still looking for FBOs an FBO in the Northeast, a larger FBO that we can sink our teeth into. We're probably going to not renew the Trenton gates because owning gates, we really don't benefit from anything other than pointing assignments to them. We're not getting any of the FBO revenue at Trenton, so we're going to probably pull those gates after this month, and we'll make 33N our hub in the east, and then hopefully at some point find a 3-lotter that we can get into. So anyway, the group's doing great. We've got I think we're well over 40, or close to 50 pilots, which is excellent. So far for this month, we've got, let's see, that's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 18 active pilots, so we're doing some nice work. So far we've got MK84s in the lead, Megaphone second, and CK Akers third for the competition, with a lot of other people very close and running lots of routes. So I don't have the numbers on the amount of, actually, yeah, I do. Let me go back to this. I think here, if we go back to this number here, we can see, scroll down, 551 total flights for the month of February, which is, that's quite a decent amount of flights. That's well over what we did. What did we do in January? Yeah, it's double what we did in January, more than double what we did in January. So that's, we got on the top 10 list in the newsletter last month. We'll probably get on it this month for sure. So that's really good. Oh, you think he's overtaken the lead since? Okay. Yeah, that update was from yesterday, so there's probably been some. Let's take a look at the log here. Yeah, so far today we've had a lot of activity, which is excellent. You guys are flying your butts off. So it looks like Skidmark's been working really hard in the 172. He was asking about the Baron, which we have squared away now in Montana. So anyway, doing really well, and we'll continue to grow the group. We're getting, we're getting more memberships every day. We've got the ad going in the newsletter for, hopefully they'll get us more pilots, and yeah. So thanks to everyone for your hard work, and we'll keep things going. So that's where we are as far as the group goes. What I have to do though now is I've got a PC12. That is stranded at Saratoga. Someone flew it from, I have it in LaGuardia. Let me just pull this up here. Let's see, go to my aircraft. Yeah, so my PC12 is, someone flew it to LaGuardia. Sorry, from LaGuardia. I keep it in LaGuardia. I probably have a pretty hefty bonus on it. Making that money. That's right, SimPilot. Thanks for joining, man. I have a pretty hefty bonus on it to try to keep it at LaGuardia. Encourage people to do round trips. But every once in a while, I get someone who flies it, out. This guy, DACO I-394. Not a member of the group. So I have to basically recover it now, which is nice because I could bring that $1,500 into the bonus money back into the group. What I like to do though is when I fly this, I go here and I take the rental off it, so the group doesn't have to pay the rental. And that way I'll just rent it for free, but the group will get that bonus back. So I'm going to rent that. And I've already got these set up here. We're going from 5B2 to LaGuardia. I'm going to fly for VR Aviation. Okay. And so these are the three here. I've got these. We're probably going to do these later. And actually, I've got this larger one that I'm just holding for I'm going to fly probably later today for the group with my Challenger. But anyway, let's take care of getting the PC12 back from Saratoga. So let me get my flight planner here, clear this out. So I'm going from 5B2. And we're going to go to LGA. And probably the best route's going to be, so let's just check our elevations here. So we're pretty flat. 136 miles at the flight, about 4,000, probably be a good number. And we'll fly into probably Yeoman here. I think usually I go to Yeoman. Let me just see Yeoman. Yeah. Yeoman will get us right into there. It lined up pretty well. Actually, I could probably go a little closer. Let's see if there's one closer. Yeah, we'll go Greco. Go Greco. All right, so that'll be our flight plan. I'll just enter this into the GPS, and then we'll fly this guy back. I already have the plane. At Saratoga. So let me get there. We'll get the GPS set up and should be rolling. So we're going to go to, let me pull this up there. I am running VR6, which has been outstanding. We're going to talk about that. Let me clear this out here. All right, so we're going to go, is it Greco, right? So it's going to be G. Greco, yep, and then we're going to go to K. We're going to go to LaGuardia. And let me just get this back up here. We'll set that as the active leg. And we're going to set this, we should be good there, yep, and then we're going to set this, the CDI to GPS. So we should be good there. And let's see what else we need to do. We're going to go to, I'm just going to use plane command to set our altitude and to LNAV because you cannot operate the autopilot this, and I struggle with this autopilot in the PC12 for some reason. I need to spend some time with that. All right, so our trim looks like it's set pretty well there. Just set our flaps to the first notch. And let's make sure we've got enough gas. Wall Street reference, right? Making that money, that's right. All right, so let's see here. So I want to go to, I got 127. How much gas? I got 160. That's plenty of fuel to go 127, or to go 137 miles, so we're fine there. All right, so that's cool. Flying for VR Aviation, all's good there. I'm going to X-Plane, we go to plugins, we go to FSEconomy, we log in, start flight, boom. Got our passengers on there. We don't have a full flight, but at least we're getting some people back, which is good. We'll get a little bit of money there, and good to go. Take a look at the livery that I'm flying today. This is the, oops, there we go. The VR Aviation livery. You can get this on X-Plane.org. Just search PC12, or just search VR Aviation, and you'll find this livery. I've got one on there for the PC12 and also for the 208. I'm not sure if Sapper did one for the Baron. I'm not sure that's on there or not. But if you want this livery for the PC12, it's on X-Plane.org if you want to check that out. All right, so let me get to my view setup here. Cool. So we got everything loaded. One thing I don't have is I don't have chat in the plane. So let me do that. So let me go to here, and I'm going to go to desktop. I'm going to go to monitor 2, and I'm going to go grab that. Let me make this a little smaller. Put it right there. Then go back to X-Plane, get back in the cockpit, and there we go. Good, beautiful. All right, so we've got everything loaded. We've got our seatbelts fastened. We've got GPS going. We got FSEconomy going. And we're ready to roll. So let's roll, baby. The thing I want to do is I want to close this window. And nice and smooth. Got that pole in the middle of the runway here. Someone needs to fix that. All right, we're going to rotate. And flaps up, gear up. That trimmed down a little bit, but I do want to LNAV on. LNAV on. LNAV on.
LNAV on.
Thank you. All right, we're going to take her up to 4,000. Actually, makes it easy. Oh, to do the screen, to do the chat window. Yeah, it really does. You have to use OVR drop with Steam VR, which is a pain in the ass. Oh yeah, M9. It's so much better. It's so much better. And you know, I want to talk about this a little bit because, you know, on the VR Aviation group on Facebook, there's a lot of banter back and forth about configuration, and ASW should be on, ASW should be off. You know, first of all, ASW should be set to auto. That's coming from Laminar, okay? The way it works is ASW is an Oculus function, and it knows based upon the application when it needs to fill in frames. You put it on auto, it does its thing. Just put it on auto and leave it be. I think the default is actually auto, right? But if you're going to use debug tool or tray, just put it on auto. Monkeying around with turning it off or forcing 45 and all that, it's not going to really do anything for you. Altitude hold.
Altitude hold on.
It's probably best just to set it and just fly. You know, just fly. If you've got a decent PC and you set your settings correctly in X-Plane, you should be just fine. Super sampling, you want to be very careful with that. I learned my lesson on super sampling. Right now, I'm at 1.5. I don't go above 1.5. The reason is super sampling uses VRAM, just like X-Plane does. And VRAM is the RAM that's in your graphics card, right? So when you put super sampling high up like at 1.9 or 1.8 or 2.0, you're taking up a lot of VRAM that X-Plane can't use. So by going to 1.5, you're basically you're trading off VRAM and giving X-Plane more of that, so you can boost up your settings in X-Plane. So right now I'm running 1.5 super sampling, and on X-Plane settings I've got visuals at high, textures at high, objects at medium. So those are, you know, very nice settings to give you a nice experience. If you look out there, it's pretty smooth. I mean, you're going to get micro stutters from one time to the other, but for the most part, it's pretty damn smooth. Now, I find that when you look out the front of the plane, it's always smooth. The stutters, the micro stutters you get usually when you look out the side of the plane. But for the most part, I think it's time now that they're starting to get things together with the VR implementations from the Laminar side to move away from all the tweaking, set it up, and just fly. I would say that you don't want to have Fly with Lua running. I haven't used Fly with Lua since like VR2, I think it was. I just think that it conflicts or causes some issues. Now, I was going to go back and try it with VR6 just to see if I can use like XP Realistic, because I do like to have XP Realistic, and I miss it. It's a really good plugin for the sounds and stuff. But you don't want to use that 3J FPS script. That's in my humble opinion. You don't need that script anymore. Set the visibility at like 40, 35 or 40 miles, or even if you want to go 25 miles, that should be just fine to keep your drawing distances reasonable. Okay, so no problem with Fly with Lua. Okay, no, okay, yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna try it because, like I said, I like to use XP Realistic. I'm not gonna use the head shaking on XP Realistic if I do go back to it. But right now, I'm not using the Fly with Lua script at all. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, I mean, do what you like. It's totally up to you. But I think you'll probably, to me, you'll get more enjoyment out of X-Plane if you just set it. Stop worrying about frame rates. Just fly. Once in a while you're going to get stutters. It's just the nature of it. You even get stutters in 2D, okay? When we were using Fly Inside, we got stutters all the time. All right, once in a while you're going to get stuttering. Fly it, set it, and fly it. That's the motto. Set it and fly it. All right? So anyway, I'm very, very excited about VR6. I think VR6 has really improved things. I haven't really found even planes like the Quest Kodiak is working just fine. That was a jittery mess before like VR4. So ever since we went over to on the Oculus Rift side, ever since we went to not having to use Steam VR, it's made a tremendous difference. So in any event, pretty pleased with that. So I do have a settings video on my YouTube channel, Bambino Games. It's pretty simple how I have things set up. It's very, very simple, thankfully. So if you want to check that out, please check my YouTube channel, and you can see that. So in any event, how are you guys finding VR6? I know M9, you said that you're very happy with it. The other folks that are in chat, are you guys running VR6 yet? I'd be interested to hear your impressions of it. So while we're waiting for that answer, I want to talk about there's MK. So far, so good with so Windows mixed reality. That's good. Because there were some issues I know with 5 with Windows mixed reality, so I'm glad to hear that things are going better there. That's good. Good. Yeah, listen, it's a process for Laminar to get things right, and I think they're getting things right. So you're using 3J FPS with the Vive, okay? Yeah, some people prefer that script. That's fine. I just don't see a need for it, so I don't use it. But in any event, what I wanted to talk about was I've got a new giveaway going on. I just put it up this morning on my YouTube channel. It's a thanks to the folks at Advanced Flight Modeling. We're giving away a Mooney M20R for Aviation 2 and 3, which is basically you get 2 planes. You get an analog version and a G1000 version for X-Plane 11. It is VR compliant. It's a VR compliant plane. You can check out their website, afmsimulation.com, for information. And all you have to do is go to my YouTube channel, watch this video. It's got a link. I'll put this link in the chat, actually, if you just want to follow it. Just want to follow the link. That's how you sign up for the contest to win this plane. It ends, I think, March 15th will be the ending of the contest, so you got 11 days to enter. You can add to your chances of winning by following me on Twitch or following me on Twitter. But thanks to the folks at Advanced Flight Modeling for sponsoring this giveaway. Really, it's a great plane. I love flying this plane. And actually, they created a livery for us, a VR Aviation livery for us, which is really, really cool. I don't know if I have got a picture of that. I don't have a picture of that yet. But if you watch that video, you can see the plane and what it looks like in that video. In fact, let me let's see. The FFC, I'm on the bottom end of hardware-wise, not like. Okay, gotcha. So that script helps you because of the hardware. Let's see, M9. I haven't flown the plane across. Oh, you like the plane? Awesome. No, it's not. The livery is not on org. The livery is on their site. If we go to their site here. Watching my flight here. If we go to their site, if you scroll down, let's see, where is it? Go to their site and where is it? Liveries. So go to M20R Aviation and then select liveries. And if you scroll down to the bottom here, right here, this guy right here, is it? No, hold on. It's this guy right here. Sorry, Nancy 328 Mike whatever R is, MR VR Aviation. So just scroll down, you'll see the picture of it right here. If you click on that, it'll download it for you. Okay, and then it has installation instructions. And this, you can put this in the livery for for both planes. You have to put it in the Aviation 2 and the Aviation livery folders, and you'll be able to fly this in both planes. Let me see if I can pull this up here on the YouTube. On the old YouTube, I can show you what the plane looks like.
Wine stains and pursuit proclaim.
Shut up.
Perfect pairing.
Blah 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 blah. Right, let me get to.
Flight modeling, we're giving away one of their study level and has a bunch, including the custom by AFM. One lucky.
There you go. So check this out. That's what it looks like. Pretty nice. They did a nice job on this. Pretty nice. All right, so that's what it looks like. But yeah, so check this out. A bunch of people have already entered, and we'll be giving this away. And I love flying this plane. I prefer the analog version of this plane. I just like the way the cockpit looks and feels and stuff. And M9, I'm sure you can vouch for it. The 3D in this cockpit on the gauges and stuff is pretty awesome. They did a really nice job on it. And it's super smooth in VR. I haven't had any juddering issues with it at all. So it's very nicely done. So, let's see here. Talked about that. So get into that giveaway if you want to get that. Also, we've got a livery contest going on for a C172, the Cessna C172, the laminar version. Folks that are interested in creating a livery for that plane for the VR Aviation group, there's information on my Discord about how to enter that contest. I believe that one ends on March 10th, so that's coming up pretty quickly. We've got a couple people entering that. Winner's going to get $20,000 in FSEconomy dollars, and also your plane will represent the group, which is awesome. So if you want in on that, and you want to get the logos and stuff to design your livery, just check out that announcement on my Discord. You can go here, just do boom, Discord. Right there, And there's information in the VRA announcement channel on there on how to enter. Basically, we're just asking you to send 4 nice pictures of your livery, and we're going to judge it on originality and design detail. And again, one lucky winner is going to get 20 grand in FSEconomy dollars, and also your livery will represent the group, which is pretty cool. So make sure you get in on that if you're interested in livery painting. Alrighty. So let's talk about the FBOs. We get to. So we're considering expanding the FBOs in the Northeast. Pull those up here. We did add one. Did we? I think we added one in. Can't remember which one we added, but I think we added one in the West. In the East, we're considering adding. As I mentioned before, we're probably going to get away from flying through Trenton because we don't own any gates there. So we rent gates. We don't own anything there. So we're probably going to start using 33N as the hub, since we own that, and try to generate more revenue for the group. Sapper, how you doing? Thanks for joining. We mentioned the plane that you bought last night. What I would like to do, we could do it right now if you'd like, to buy that plane from you for $275,000. Do you want to do that right now? I know right now you're leasing it to us, so we could just reimburse you the $275 and buy the plane. We could do that right now on stream. Is that okay? All right, cool. So why don't you? Can you put it up for sale? Or do you just want to how do you want to do that? You want to just, what's the best way to do it? No, because you need to be reimbursed for that $275, you know? All right, cool. Let's do that, and then we'll just do it right here. So set that private sale up, and I'll take care of that. You got to set it up from your side, right? All right, cool. So set that up. If you could, can you do that right now? We can take care of that for you. While I'm flying my PC12 back to LaGuardia. Let's see how we're doing there. Flying over upstate New York. Beautiful area. Oh no, the VR Aviation will buy it. VR Aviation will buy it. So it's the VR Aviation. Okay, there's our private sale. Let me just make sure I have enough money in the bank here. Gotta transfer some cash. All right, now we'll go to aircraft, VR Aviation. We'll go to this guy here. Where is it? Uh-oh. Oh, aircraft purchase. View private sales. And we're going to look at this guy here, and we're going to buy it for VR Aviation. That's a beautiful plane, man. $275. What a steal. How the hell did you find that for $275,000? Boom, we bought a plane. Nice job, Sapper. Thank you. Now if we go to our aircraft here, VR Aviation, here's our Baron, and we'll set that bonus to 500 like the other one. Cool. All right, so now we own a Baron. We have 2 Barons, our 2 planes that we own. Everything else is leased. But we're getting there. We're getting there. We're building up the assets of the group. It's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, who flew it back there? Skidmark flew it back there. Remember he was in Discord. He was saying, "Oh, what's going on with the beast with the Baron?" And it looks like he got a hold of it and flew it back and made the group some money. So, if you take a look at the log here, let's see, there he goes. He's in the Baron there, Baron there, Baron there. So he did a nice job bringing that back. Thank you, Skidmark, for doing that. You're up late looking at FBOs and planes and found that it was, yeah, that was, what a deal, man. That was an awesome deal, because usually if you look at these planes, when I was looking at them the other day, the cheapest one I found was $360, and that was in, where was this? In South Caicos Islands, I guess. So $275 is an absolute steal. It's awesome. From now on, when we're going to buy a plane, we got to get Sapper to do the hunting, because he finds those deals, man. It's awesome. All right, so that's good. We've got that plane now in. Got one on the East Coast and one on the West Coast, and looking good, man. West Coast, or should say, yeah, West Coast, our Western hub, I should say, and that's looking great. So it looks like Sapper's been. Were you flying the? Oh, Crasher was flying the chopper. All right, so let's get back to banking. Let's keep this at 50K. All right, so there you go. Nice work. So if you guys are interested, we've got a couple of websites you should check out. First is on Facebook. Let me pull this up here. The VR Aviators group on Facebook. If you're interested, just type in VR Aviators and you'll find this group. Join up. We've got over 500 members. Some great discussion here about VR aviation, and you know. And Grander, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. So if you're interested in getting into it, or you're into it already, or you want to learn more about VR or whatever, just search this up and join. It's some really good people on here, and if you're struggling with configurations and stuff, there's a bunch of people on there that can help you too. So you might want to just check that out. So we've got that, and also over on Reddit, we've got the subreddit VR Aviators. About 217 people on there. One of the better threads here is the payware thread. So we're keeping track of any payware planes that are VR compatible, and we'll be putting them up here. So this is a great place to just keep as a reference. If you're, get a lot of questions. Which planes are compatible with VR? this is the place we're going to keep that information, so you might want to check that out. All right. So 2 cool things you might want to check out. Let's see. Oop, crap. All right, let me just go to. Yeah, so there is a FBO that I was talking about the FBOs before. We're considering an FBO. It's VA 57, I think it is. Let's see here. Where the hell is it? Yeah, VA 57. Let me pull that up here. So we're looking at getting this guy. VA 57. It's a private airport, Powhatan. It's about, I think it's about 90 miles from our hub in Delaware. And so we're probably going to build on this. It's a nice little airport. It's an asphalt strip. Nice place to fly in and out of, so we'll probably, I don't think it has scenery, so we might ask SimPilot 13 to do his magic and create some scenery for it, but probably going to be building on that one next to expand things out. Yeah, we really do need to find one, but it's impossible. Every one of them's owned, and I've contacted at least 6 different owners. No one wants to sell. Nobody wants to sell, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is, you know. It is so hard to, and we have to find one in. If you look at the map here, we really need to find one like our hub is like down here somewhere, right? Somewhere down here. We really need to find one like in this area. You know, we can't be like in upstate New York. It's got to be like around here somewhere. And I mean, even if it was further south, but it's just really hard to find. Really hard to find. I mean, you can find them. No one wants to sell them. You know, even the 2-lotters are expensive. And we had one guy who wanted to sell us a 2-lotter for like over $2 million, which is, you know, kind of a lot of money for a 2-lotter. Anyway, we're gonna build on V. We'll build on V, which is actually a 2-lotter, okay, and that'll give us some more places to fly in the Northeast. And right now we've got some nice FBOs. Take a look at our map.
Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Oh, you're working on scenery for 33N. Okay. Custom scenery. Awesome. So it would replace what's there already? That's awesome, man. So, yes, I mean, we're starting to, you know, once we have this one in Virginia, we're going to start to build out. I'd like to get something like down here, like near the beach or something. Maybe find something over here just to kind of spread things out, and we can, you know, slowly but surely build the east out. But we'll get there. It just takes some time. It just takes some time. You think about where we were when we started this on January 6th and where we are now. The group has really come a long way, so I think we're doing just fine. I think we're doing just fine. I have to enter this into my my ForeFlight, so let's see where I am. Oh, someone's just hosting us. Crasher, thanks for the host. I appreciate it, man. Thanks very much. All right, I'm going to get into the plane now because we're getting close here. We got about 30 miles. I want to get down here and get this plane landed. Upper Hudson right there. You can see right there through the haze. Oh, they have a new runway off to the side. Oh, okay. That's cool. Thanks for doing that, man. That's awesome. Are you going to use that beautiful new terminal that you were building? Because that thing looked pretty cool, man. It's a golf course down there. Now some planes I can actually fly with textures on maximum, and when you have textures on maximum and you're flying in over ortho, it looks unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. All right, so I don't need to be at 38,000, so I'm gonna kind of get my butt down here a little bit. LNAV on.
LNAV on.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I would love to have to take the time to learn how to do that. I just don't have the time to do. Oh, we're over speeding here. Pull back here. Pull back on the throttle a little bit. We'll bring her down to 2,500. I love this PC12, man. This is a moneymaker in FSEconomy. I'm thinking about buying another one. In fact, the group should think about buying one of these. We should think about buying one of these, or I might buy one and lease it to the group. Might do that because it's a great plane to have, and if you have it in the right area, you know, maybe we could put one like in Florida or something. Altitude hold.
Altitude hold on.
Alright, so that should be good. Let me get my... the custom 3D object is not, yeah, difficult to do. This is the PC12 that I'm flying right now. The Caravan PC12. You were looking for one yesterday. Oh, the PC12. Yeah, I think it's a great moneymaker because it's 10 passengers. It's fast. I mean, you can fly it at like 230, 240 knots. It's great in like in Florida, in Tampa or at Orlando or in those areas. It's absolutely great. I have mine in LaGuardia, and it gets rented out a decent amount, and I use it a lot. I use it for flying VR aviation flights, but and it's fun to fly too, you know. I'm not sure we could use a PC12 in Montana. Although maybe it might be... I have to look at that. What do you guys think? Do you think... The group may end up getting KC2. It was up for auction through a bid for... Oh, okay. What's case? I didn't know about KC2. Okay. Sounds similar to the C90, same cruise speed, extra passengers, but twin. Yeah, it burns more fuel, but it gets there quicker, and it's more fun to fly than the C90. You know? And the C90, it's about the same. It's a little less expensive. I think you can get one for like around 800 grand. So it's a little less expensive. All right, I want to get down a little further here. Start to slow this plane down. LNAV on.
LNAV on.
All right, we'll take a look at that. The only thing is I'm not sure we want to expand the west anymore at this point, Sapper. I think we want to kind of focus the funds on the east, you know. Save the funds up so that when we get the opportunity for a larger property in the East Coast that we have them, you know. I mean, we get it for 120K, then we probably should do it. Altitude hold.
Altitude hold on.
You can see here, we're flying into New York, and we've got smooth flight here. And again, remember what my settings are. Everything's basically on high except world objects. It's pretty cool. Making a turn here quickly, hopefully. I mean, no, for 120K, if we can get it for that kind of money, then that's, you know, I think that's a no-brainer for a two-lotter. If it's within the network and it, you know, gives us more places to fly in that network, that's great. Right, there we go. All right, I say we hand fly now. Start to slow that plane down. Recover some nice bonus money for the group here. That's what these people don't realize. When they fly this plane out and they leave it there, they lose $1,500, close to it, you know. In bonus money, you don't make any money on it. Got that on there to encourage the round trips. Let's get those one notch of flaps there. Get those gear down. That trim up. Oh, I'm going to be doing a review of the Telluride scenery that just came out. Some custom sceneries. A guy named Xcode, I think it is. Can't remember. I'll have the details. I'm going to be doing a review on my YouTube channel of that scenery. It's really, really nice. $20. and you get a winter and a fall scenery. All you do is you change the date in X-Plane, and it changes it to winter or changes it to fall, whichever you want to fly in. It's pretty cool. But Telluride is that airport in Colorado that sits like on a plateau between a bunch of mountains. It's a really nice place to fly into. Very scenic. Let's flare that out. I try to bring this plane down gently so I don't crunch the tires. I've actually had a nose dive on this plane before after landing. So you try to bring it down super smooth because you will crunch the wheels on it. All right, this flaps up. Clean up the flaps. I wish Caravan would work on the braking. See how the plane goes all over the place when you hit the brakes. Oh, and there we go with the skidding. I'm not going that fast, and it's skidding. I mean, I'm not really going that fast. All right, we'll stop right here. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Okay. What we're going to do here is, let me just show you. We'll just end FSEconomy. And let's see. Go to log. Go to view. You can see we picked up a $2,000 distance bonus for the group. Okay. Didn't make a lot of money on the flight, but $2,000 on the distance bonus is substantial. So you don't want to leave planes that have high distance bonuses, you know, out in the, you know, the wilderness. You always want to try to bring them back. So, man, that's a nice score for the group, which is good. Now what I want to do is we're going to head over to, let's see, let me go to aircraft, and where's that, this guy right here. Okay, actually first let me do this. I'm gonna go back to my aircraft, this guy, and reset this to 650. Some money on rent. And we're going to, I already got these guys keyed up here, so I'm going to rent this guy here. This is our plane. Pick up the distance bonus on that too. And let's just see here. Let's see here. Go to my flight. Got these guys. We don't have a heavy load. Sorry, we don't have a full load of passengers, but I just want to bring it back anyway. We're going 127 miles. We're gonna go. Let's see. We're gonna go 1U2. Okay, BTM. Actually, while I'm doing this, let me get this plane. I haven't flown the 208 in a while too. So I feel like flying it. One, U2. Mud Lake. Good old Mud Lake. All right, so we're going to be going Mud Lake north to BTM. And let me just see if we can get a GPS point here. No. All right, we'll just figure it out when we get there. $128 miles. Which kind of kick gas we got there. So we're gonna go 128. We got 4 people. Small batch of people. Not gonna be a big money maker. 132 gallons. We're gonna go let's just call it 140. And we're gonna need 31 gallons. We got plenty of fuel, so we don't need any more fuel. Get that plane going. Isn't Enviro SkyMax doing that? I've seen the post of releases. I'm sorry, Sapper. Aren't they doing what? I'm not sure. I don't remember what we were talking about there. Sorry. Seasons. Yeah, I think they are. My understanding is that X-Enviro, certainly SkyMax isn't great with VR, I heard, but X-Enviro, I'm getting mixed opinions on it because I was thinking about buying it, but I get mixed opinions on mixed signals on it from people. So I'm not sure. I mean, do you have X-Enviro? Do you have either one of those? Anybody watching? Are you guys using any of those environmental plugins? You got it to work great yesterday. Okay. All right. Now, are you using the 3J FPS script, or are you just doing like straight X-Plane? No script. Okay. All right. Let me get this plane started up here. Haven't been in this plane in a while. I do like this plane a lot, though. All right, let me get this guy started up here. Avionics on. I didn't realize Mud Lake had a asphalt. I thought Mud Lake didn't have an asphalt runway. This thing is so loud though. I gotta lower the volume on it. I'm sure it's like killing you guys. There you go. All right, let me just get my reflections. All right, good. We're good to go there. We're just going to take this straight to BTM. We'll figure it out when we get there. Let's see. Let me go to flight plan. Menu. Delete. Scroll down. Okay. So this is a repositioning stream. All right, good. I like it on map. GPS is on. Let's get economy loaded. For some reason, FS economy is not working. Okay. Airplane repo in VR, yeah. All right, M9, thanks for stopping by. For some reason, FS economy just killed X-Plane. Hold on. Something's happening here. Not sure what the hell's going on here. Okay, good. I thought it was going to crash. But it looks like we're okay. Let's see here. En route. Beautiful. All right, cool. All right, so again, it's not going to be a huge moneymaker, but it's a repo. Airplane repo in VR, right? You get my my flight plan set up properly so I know where the hell I'm going. One, two, BTM. Let me just remind myself of how high I gotta fly. I'm sure it's pretty high. Let me just see here. So we're at about 5,000 feet. We're gonna climb these mountains. We're gonna go to 12. We're gonna go to 13K. 13K, and we're gonna land Burt Mooney at 5,500. So probably coming this way over here. We're gonna go straight line. Yeah, we'll get it up to like 13. Actually, we could fly at 12. 12, we should be fine. Instead of trying to fix, you have an OBS button on GPS when you get close to a destination. Simulate airport or VOR station. You can set runway heading to CRS. Oh yeah, okay. I've never done that, FLC, and I should do that. I should learn to do that. I've never done that, so when I get close to the airport, I hit the OBS button. And then I set the runway heading into the course. All right, so runway heading would be 330, right? So basically, you're saying when I get to the destination, I go to OBS, I hit it on OBS, and then I go to, where's the course? Set course to 330.
Course set to 330.
So then I go like that. Oh. Okay. Gotcha. All right, so we'll try that when we get close. Try that when we get closer. All right, good. So we got everything loaded here. For now, I'm gonna get this bird up in the air and get flying here. So we could bring these people back to Burt Mooney. Chance, you can make me a cup of coffee. All right, here we go. Now, I haven't flown this plane since VR6 came out. Ooh, looks nice and smooth, though. There we go. LNAV on. LNAV on.
LNAV on.
Alright, let's get that heading going there properly. We're going to climb up to 12,000.
Flight 209er clear for Vector 324.
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger, roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Hey, Speedbird1, thanks a lot for the follow, man. I appreciate that. I missed those. Damn it. I don't think I can pull them in now, can I? I don't think I can pull them in now. I always forget to look there. Oh, you know what? I bet you. Well, I actually took 2 of them. All right, let me just pause the sim. Cancel flight. There's 3 more here, so let me add those. Thank you for finding those. Restart flight. Okay, beautiful. Good job. Thank you, Sapper. Made a little bit more money. Very nice. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. All right, let's get this guy up in the air. Let's get this guy up to altitude. I always forget to check. Now, by the way, since I've flown here, a lot of this area I set up ortho. I don't think I have it at Mud Lake. So that looks like standard scenery, but I know I have ortho in a lot of this area. Is that plane too loud? It's pretty loud. Yeah, I always forget to look there. It's just one thing I forget to do. So, Sapper, what happened with the with your lottery? Is that over yet? Did you get a winner yet, or is it still going? What's going on with that? Sapper's giving away copies of XP Realistic and Plane Command to VR Aviation members. You enter his lottery, you have a chance to win that. It's still going on. If you want to post that video, that's awesome. Ooh, up to 80K. Yeah, that's awesome, man. $5,000 a ticket. You can buy as many tickets as you like. The money, and use FSC to buy them, obviously, not real dollars. And all the proceeds are going to go to VR Aviation, which is awesome. Boy, if you buy that, that'll pay for that FBO that you're looking at, which is awesome. Thank you for doing that, by the way. So, yeah, if you want to post a link to that video, just post it right in the chat there so people can see it. And get your lottery tickets into Sapper. You have a chance to win that. All right, we're at 10K. Everyone's got their oxygen going. It's going to be nice flying that Mooney around here. But you know, the maneuverability of that plane, you can get in and out of those mountain areas and stuff. I'm looking forward to checking that out for sure. I did watch the NFL Combine yesterday. I watched some of it. Some amazing, amazing players, man. Wow, wide receivers, running backs, and quarterbacks, which is, you know, I didn't see any of the alignment. I think some of the offensive lineman stuff was going on yesterday, too. I didn't see that, but I watched some of the QB, running backs, and wide receivers. All right, gonna cap her at 12K here. Then we'll have to get down to 6K to land at Burt Mooney. We have a Mooney at Mooney now. Altitude hold. Altitude hold. Altitude hold. Altitude hold.
Altitude hold on.
Only took 4 times. MK just bought more ticks. Awesome. Yeah, Josh Allen's a good player, man. You went to that school? That's pretty awesome. Where's he from, dude? I forget. Wyoming. I don't know. You think the Jets have a chance of getting him? Usually Jets don't get good quarterbacks. The Jets never draft good quarterbacks. They just don't. So likely, if they draft him, he'll probably end up not being great in the NFL. If they don't draft him, he'll probably be amazing. That's usually how it goes for the Jets, you know? All right, we're getting the speed up here. Hopefully we'll get to about 160 knots. I'm just about pegged on the engine here. Don't want to overcook things. That's usually how it goes. Let's check out from the outside here. Here's the Caravan livery for VR Aviation. Get this on X-Plane.org. Labor of love. If you guys notice, the with VR6 the X-Pad is gone, although now we have a hovering controller. So once you grab the controller, then it sort of moves back into position. But thankfully, that hovering X-Pad is gone. Hopefully they get him, and hopefully he'll end up being good in the NFL. Let's hope, because you need those with the Jets. You need those two things. It's unfortunate, but it is the case. I think we're coming into ortho here. Yeah, that's all ortho. I tell you what, things just... I don't know if it's me, but with VR6, everything looks a little crisper. It's probably because I'm now running with textures higher. That's probably what it is. I've been used to running with textures at medium, and now running at high. You know, obviously things are going to be crisper. Yeah, they waste draft picks on guys to get people to prevent touchdowns instead of get people to score touchdowns. They need to spend the money on quarterbacks and wide receivers. That's where they need to spend their money. Ask the FLC about losing the X-Pad again yesterday. All right. What happened? Interested to know. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Moving along nice and smooth. I mean, we're getting little micro stutters, but I mean, it's much better than it was with Fly Inside. Remember the stuttering? You know, we don't remember the stuttering with Fly Inside. There was a lot of stuttering with Fly Inside. I don't ever remember smooth flight with Fly Inside. You know, I just don't. And I had my settings, you know, pretty low. And remember, you had to play with the settings and Fly Inside. It was all multiple things you had to think about. He was frantic trying to find it in the bell. Oh, you couldn't find couldn't find the X-Pad? And it was done going. I looked everywhere, but it was about 8 miles from... Wait. You looked everywhere for it, then about 8 miles from... Whoa. So you couldn't find the X-Pad and then X-Plane crashed on you? That sucks. Didn't get the guaranteed pancake. Ended up having bad tiles, so then Donovan's program helped with that. Okay. I haven't tried. Donovan's got that Ortho 4 XP script or whatever. Thank you. Okay. What exactly does it do? What exactly does this app do? I haven't had a chance to try it yet. I haven't like I've kind of like gotten away from doing. I did like massive amounts of ortho to check for bad tiles. Looks for errors in the tiles. Ah. That's interesting. We'll have to check that out. All right, so you're saying FLC. Well, you're saying when I get close to the airport, I hit on OBS. I put that on. I put the OBS to OBS, and I set the course to. Oh, I don't want to do that now, I guess, because it's just screwed the plane up. I don't want to screw myself up here. Did anybody see Russell Wilson's at-bat? Was it yesterday? He had an at-bat, he struck out. I think it was against, who were they playing? Detroit, I think. Anyway, I saw an at bat. He struck out. He took a nice hack the first pitch, and the ball went straight back. He fouled the ball straight back, which usually, when you foul a ball straight back like that, you were just like a quarter inch away from hitting the crap out of it. So he's got a nice swing, I'll tell you that. And that's why he plays football. Yeah. I tell you, though, he did play 2 minor league seasons, and my guess is that he could have been a baseball player, but football was probably more lucrative. What does he make, about $30 million a year, some ridiculous amount of money? I don't think he would have made that kind of money in baseball. You never know, though. But you know, it's funny because first pitch strike, he fouled back. Second pitch, a looping 12-6 curveball, which he completely just like was fooled on. And then he struck out on a curveball. So, pretty easy prey. I'm using OBS, and you want to make sure, 505, that you minimize the X-Plane 2D mirror window. You never want to have that window open while you're streaming, because it's another thing that X-Plane has to update. If it's closed, it's a major resource that X-Plane doesn't have to worry about, and you'll gain frames back. But I'm using OBS, and I'm using Oculus Mirror to bring what I see in the Oculus into OBS. If you're talking about streaming VR, 505, you want to make sure you minimize that window. If you're talking about streaming 2D, I'm not sure. The only reason why I could see it would bring frames down like that would be you just don't have enough power in your PC. Because, you know, you got to remember, X-Plane and OBS are both putting cycles on your GPU and your CPU. X-Plane, OBS is going to probably take about between 8 and 10% of a CPU. I have an i7-6700, and it uses about 8% of that CPU. So if you have a CPU that's less than that, it's going to obviously grab more. OBS is a hog. It uses a lot of resource. It's so nice to be able to fly judder free. Remember VR1, mainly VR1 and VR2, the judder? Oh. Every single plane had judder. And that was, I think it was mainly because they were going through, for the Oculus Rift, it was mainly because they were going through Steam VR. You have an 87K. That doesn't make any sense. Are you talking about VR or 2D, 505? OBS mode on GPS, you may need the inbound course set. Might be an idea to, yeah, I'll do it off stream. I don't want to screw everything up here. 2D. I don't know. It just seems strange. That seems really strange. I mean, the 8700 is a massive CPU, so you should be able to easily, you know, stream X-Plane. Are your graphic settings like really high on X-Plane? Yeah, VR is awesome, man. VR Flight Sim is awesome. Yeah, I mean, I would just say lower your X-plane settings a little bit, you know? I mean, with a 1080 and that processor, you should be really fine, you know? So again, guys, if you're joining the stream late, if you want to win a Advanced Flight Modeling Mooney M20R, make sure you join my giveaway. It's right there. Click that, enter it. You have to subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is easy enough to do, Bambino Games. You've got 3 ways to enter, and you have a chance to win that plane from AFM, and thanks to them for sponsoring that. But we already have 29 people entered so far this morning, and it'll be going until the 15th, so make sure you check that out. All right, looks like we made it over the bulk of those mountains. Probably, I'm just trying to figure out where I can. I guess I have to get to. I could get past that next peak, and then I'm good. The next peak right out there, and then Mooney's right after that.
Flight 209er clear for vector 324.
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger, roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Lucas Targa, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Man, if you... Oh! Sapper, thank you for the subscription, man. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, dude. Twitch Prime, way to go. Thanks, bud. Thank you. Yeah, right. You have that free one. Then you have to. It doesn't renew automatically though. You could spread the wealth around. I think mine's coming due, so I'm gonna spread the wealth to you when mine expires on wherever it was. I think it actually may have already. We'll see. I'll check that out next time I'm watching your stream. So MK, do you use like Project Lasso to do that? To assign the cores? Because I've been thinking about trying that out. You just use Task Manager, okay. So do you have X-Plane assigned to any specific cores, or how do you do that? You do assign X-Plane to a core and assign OBS to a core? And is that something you have to do every single time? Like, you know, when you load up, you got to sign it, and then what do you do? Load the program, and then I have never done that before. It's something I should look at doing, though. It might be able to help. Might help me too. But let's see where we are here. Now that peak way out there in the yonder is, we gotta get over that peak to get to Burt Mooney. So I may fly around her. We'll see when we get close there. Or you gotta do it every time. I only assign OBS to the last 2 cores. Explain you leave as is. Alright, so that way OBS and X-Plane aren't using the same core. Makes sense. I'm going to try that and see if that makes a difference. Because I was looking at that Project Lasso thing. And again, do you assign it after the applications are running, I guess? Okay. Yeah, so we've got a major peak to get over there, so I think I'm going to actually... We're coming in from the south, which is not a way that I usually come into Burt Mooney, so I think I'm going to fly to the northeast a little bit, and then come in that way. All right, I think I have to use lasso. You have VR compositor to core 0, X-plane to 1 through 3. So if I've got VR and I've got X-plane and I've got OBS, so should I have VR compositor to 0, OBS to 2 and 3, and X-plane to 1? How should I do it? Like, which should I set? Does give X-plane, because this doesn't X-plane only use 1 core anyway? How would you guys recommend it if I've got 2 cores for X-plane? So if I went core 0 for VR compositor, all right, so you're saying it's 1 thread. So if I use core 0 for compositor, core 1 for X-plane, let's say core 1 and 2 for X-plane, and then core 3 for OBS, is that what I should do? I guess I can experiment with it. Alright, so I'm going to go to the... Since I'm going to go to the northwest here, I think I'm going to put it on... I'm going to switch autopilot to heading. Where's my heading? Let's get the heading bug. Okay. And all right, let's use NDI. Yeah, I don't have a. I was looking at NDI. I tried it out. The laptop I have just isn't powerful enough to stream. All right, so I think I want to go heading here because I really don't want to go over that major peak. So let me go. LNAV off.
LNAV already off.
Heading on.
Heading 001 degrees.
Autopilot off. Autopilot off.
Autopilot already on.
No, let's take autopilot off. Altitude hold.
Altitude hold on.
Heading on.
Heading bug already set to 001 degrees.
I don't know. I can't. Autopilot doesn't work on this friggin' thing, so I can't hit the heading. I don't know what the plane command is for heading. Let me just see if I can find it. Hold on. 1 second. There is a command for that. Heading bug. LNAV on.
LNAV on.
Alright, we're getting close anyway here, so... You know what? Let's just hand fly it. Let's just hand fly it. I know where we're going, so we'll just hand fly it. Why not? Rely too much on autopilot. Make it more fun. Don't have too much to go. What do we got? 37 miles. To fly for 37 miles. Alright, so if I go over that peak, I'm coming right to Mooney. If I go to the right of it, I'm going to come into the valley. So that's what we're going to do. Let me just get myself straight here. Alright, here we go. And we are hand flying this baby. Yeah, I like the NDI is awesome. I just wish I had a fast enough second computer to stream. I would definitely do it that way. I might build this like a cheap streaming PC, get like a 970 or something like that. All right, beautiful, beautiful mountains of Montana here. Start to come down on the altitude. You bought the Avromedia. Avromedia. I had an Avromedia product. It was pretty good. It was the, I forget which one, the gamer streaming. I forget which one it was. I tell you what, I can't wait for Caravan to get these planes to make these planes VR compatible. It'll be so nice to be able to use the touch controller in this cockpit. So, you know, I'm thinking about upgrading my gaming PC to an 8700K, the new motherboard. So maybe I'll take the old motherboard and the 6700 and build a smaller, cheap machine. Get like a 970, something like that, like a used 970, and use that to stream with. Then I could use NDI. Because I did like the way that NDI application or plugin worked. It was worked really nicely. Although it did boost up CPU utilization on OBS on the gaming PC to like 8 or 10%. So, but the other thing is, I'm thinking that if I get an 8700K on my gaming PC, that I should be able to tweak it so that OBS is, you know, runs really, really smoothly. But anyway, we shall see. I'm going to start flying that Quest Kodiak. I'd like to see if we can get one, if there's one near Montana that we can park at BTM that we could use. I'd like to really try that thing. It's on my to-do list. I'm not sure if there's one nearby there, but it's a nice plane, and it's faster than this plane. Got the G1000 in it. It's the same kind of capacity, I think, as this plane. But it's a fun plane to fly, and especially now that there's no judder. Before it was just a washing machine, like flying a washing machine. It was just awful. But it's much better now. Yeah, I'm thinking about I'm definitely gonna get a water cooled all-in-one for sure. That's on the list to do. Right there's Mooney. Mooney's right around that corner there, so it's going to fly. So we're at 9,000. We got to be about 6,000 to land, so probably cut this corner here a little bit closer. I could delid the 8700K. So like what does that mean? Delid it. I don't know what that means. So take the lid off, like physically take the lid off the CPU? Yeah, I mean that sounds interesting. I'm not sure if I'm going to go that route. I'll be happy with 5 gigahertz overclocking. And replace the stock thermal compound. Yeah, I'm probably just going to get like a Corsair water cooler. I was looking at them, and the Corsair is probably the one I'm going to get. I forget which one it is. Two-fanned. Say, it is much more challenging flying around this area than it is in the Northeast, that's for sure. Alright, Mooney should be just around this bend here. H105. Yeah, and they basically say that you should replace it like every 5 years or something like that. All right, let me just get that. Yeah. How far do we have from this airport? We're 8 miles, so I should be able to pick her up here. Let's see if I can spot it. Nope. Just not used to coming in this way. See if I can pick up any landmarks here. I think yeah, warranty's like 5 years. Oh, I know which way I'm coming in. Okay, let me just see. Runways, set heading 330. Set heading to 330.
Heading 330 degrees.
Is that right? Yeah, 330. So my airport should be... I mean, I should be lined up with the airport? No, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I should be lined up with the runway. Just see here if I could spot it. Nope. Where is it? Where the hell is it? Should be coming right into it. Oh, there she is. Alright, let's do this. Let's, yeah, I'm just not used to coming in. Oh, I see what I'm doing. I'm coming in from... I got my bearings now. Alright, let's do this. Let's go this way, like here. Actually, I could probably slow her down and land right here. This thing lands like a boat, like a bathtub boat. Got those cables, those high wires right there. Just missed them. Definitely wouldn't have those there in real life. All right. Here we go. Touchdown nice and easy. Beautiful. Clean up the flaps. Does anyone else find single-engine turboprops ugly? Well, the PC12 isn't ugly.
Flight 209er, clear for Vector 324.
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger, roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Who's that following there? Hold on, let me get... I can only do one thing at a time here. Gotta fly that plane first. Look how smooth this is. Smooth taxiing. Bring it right out the FBO. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Well, maybe this one's ugly. I don't know. Think this one's ugly? But the PC12 isn't ugly. I think the PC12 is pretty cool looking, actually. All right. So we're good to go. We made it here. Let's turn this plane off here. Battery off. All our stuff off. Plane stopped. And it was a nice flight. Let's check out X-Plane. Sorry, let's check out FSEconomy. Get to X-Plane here. Finish FSEconomy. And let me bring in... You guys can see what we got here. Let's check out the log. All right, we didn't do too bad there. Let's see. I see nice distance bonus. We pulled back and we made a total of $3 grand for the group. So not a bad flight. Take that, right? Yeah, we got we're getting close to $1 million again on the $1 million side, and we bought ourselves, or thanks to Sapper, we bought a new Baron for BTN. Anyway, successful flight, guys. I appreciate you guys checking out the stream today. We're gonna get head out and do something with Miss Bambino this afternoon, and make sure you check out my YouTube channel, that Mooney giveaway, the MR20 giveaway. Again, thanks to Advanced Flight Modeling for sponsoring that. Appreciate that. And oh, the latest FSE reporter is out. Oh, hold on, we got to see. Let me see if I could pull that up here. Where's that? FSE reporter. Current issue read online. Let's just see here. Oh, looking good. We should have an ad in this thing. I paid for an ad. Where's our ad? Let's see. Now boarding. A lot of new pilots. Okay. Let's see. Top airports, top groups. VR Aviation, #2. Look at Snack Air. Oh my God. 123 pilots to 32. But we're #2. #2 in flights, 965, and #2 in groups as far as active pilots. Top 10 pilots. I made the top 10. Look at this. Bambino. And let's see. Somebody else from our group has to be in here. And I made the top 10 miles. 65,000 miles. That's ridiculous. But hey, look at this. That's pretty cool, man. We made #2 in groups, the #2 group in the system, and we made #2 as far as active pilots. That's awesome. Awesome. Look at Snack Air though, man. Almost 1,500 flights. Wow. All right, we got to keep it up. Let's see where our ad is. Oh, there's our ad. Check it out. Nice. Nice ad. Nice ad. All right, that'll throw Snack Air and John Fly for a loop when they see that. All right, pretty cool. Let's see what else we got here. Pretty cool. All right, that's nice, man. Yeah, exactly. Considering the number of active pilots, I think that's pretty impressive, man. If you think about it, we've got, a quarter of the pilots that they have, and we did 2/3. We did about 66% of the number of flights. So that's pretty impressive. Pretty cool. Really happy with that. Really happy with that. This show over here shows that I fly too much. That's for sure. But this is awesome, man. It's awesome. All right, we'll keep up the good work, guys. All right, well, that's going to do it for me. I appreciate you guys checking out the stream. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to Bambino Games. And take care, guys. Have a great Sunday, and we'll talk to you next week. See ya.